financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, get the best value, and install quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, partly sunny and hot with a slight chance of showers and storms. Afternoon temperature should reach around 96. Tonight we'll see a chance of storms early, then partly cloudy skies, a low around 73. Tomorrow, sunshine and hot weather again. We'll see a high of around 99. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
If you're an electrician, we've got a career for you. It's a career with employer-paid health care and retirement benefits. Join the IBEW Local 265 family. Work for one of our NECA contractors. Come to our job fair on August 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, 2500 Tamarind Ridge Road in Southwest Lincoln. More information at 402-875-1034. That's 402-875-1034.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through July 25th are $2 off a pound of Denver steaks. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, big news, they have 2 new locations opening soon at 27th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha with soft openings in mid-July. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
It's a new era for Nebraska football with a new head coach. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days. Live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis on July 26th and 27th. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Vershawn Jackson, Terrell Farley, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, and Jake Sorensen will be in Indy for our shows on Wednesday and Thursday. 10 Media Day by Ben Bleicher of Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate, Gary Michaels Clothiers, Warhorse Gaming, A1 Automotive, and the 1890 Initiative. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. It is old school. It's not DP, and it's not Jay Foreman right now in the studio. It's Nick Sainert, Rico, and the Husker Hall of Famer Eric Strickland is still here as well. Stricky, Rico, hello, guys. What up?
I'm on fire.
We're
I'm
all-
with the crew. I'm with the old school crew.
We're all back. It's 4 p.m. right on the dot.
Yeah.
This is hour number 9 for me straight of radio. We're still feeling good.
You're amazing.
A lot of it's coming from the text line. We appreciate you guys. Feel free to get in touch with the show. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. It's hour number 7 for you, Rico.
It is.
So it's just like, similar to you as
I
well.
took 2 hours off at the beginning and 2 hours off
that's
here
right.
at the middle.
So is it 7 or 5, 6? Either way, whatever.
Whatever
Doesn't
it is.
matter. It's a lot of it,
I don't
but that's all right. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Old school. Always want to shout out the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese out there at 84th and Havelock.
I'll be showing up there tomorrow.
As Jay
I
Foreman
will be
says,
there.
every type of meat, every type of cut.
Yeah.
I actually, with my week off,
I'm
maybe
going.
I should go out there.
There you
I'm
go.
going.
Maybe I should look for
There you
something.
Summer sausage is my spot.
Do you think I can get a Jay Foreman discount?
Oh, of course
Dude,
you can.
Jay has been hoping and praying for a promo code coming up here, so we'll see if the Mercado can help him out with that. And without further ado, we might as well bring in one of the hosts of Old School that you're used to hearing from 4 to 6 p.m. every day, and that is Jay Foreman. Mr. Jay Foreman, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Your boy made it. You know what I'm saying? So these days, I didn't have to knock anybody out on the plane. So, still undefeated on boxing matches on the plane, but everything besides that, it's all good.
Jay, I mean, dude, so you're in Indy right now. Are you just chilling in the hotel? Right. Is that where you're at right now?
Yeah, I just got here, about to, meet with some people from the Big Ten. I had the pleasure of being on the same plane as Rick Neuheisel, so I had to remind him that he gave us a close scare in '97, but we had to shut the door on him. He started laughing, but it's another day in paradise in Indianapolis. You know how it is.
Well, real quick, Jay. Stricky's still here in the building. I wanted to definitely tap in with you. There's some new news that are popping up off the line, and just we know what's going on with the Northwestern situation. We know that the players are showing up, but do you expect it to be a on fire type of situation on this Big Ten, or do you expect it to just be kind of staunch, to the point, in and out?
Yeah, I think if I was Northwestern, I'm definitely having a game plan when we get here.
Because now Michigan popped up too.
Yeah, Michigan as well. I'll get with them. I think that's the best thing you could do. Northwestern is a very sensitive situation, because there's some players that are actively on the team that was either participants or might have been part of the, action. So you have to kind of dance around that. I think the Big Ten will be sensitive to them. Now, the Michigan situation just popped up today. So, if I'm Michigan or Jim Harbaugh, I'm reeling, because now that's Northwestern, if Pat Fitzgerald was here, that's a character, issue with him personally, but Jim Harbaugh's got some things to answer, and he has to show up. You're the Big Ten champion back to back. You're expected to be the Big Ten champion again, favored, and you tried to get turned to investigators a different way. It's going to be interesting to see how it's handled, who it's handled by, and how far people will go. I don't think it's going to be a New York Press type of thing where you get any clickbait where he runs out of the press conference or he gets into a verbal back and forth. But I think he will be pressed on it. I think he will be smart enough to address it right off the rip, and probably lessen the fire that could come back towards him. He will probably lean towards he can't speak to it right now because nothing is, it's nothing guaranteed. So I think the NCAA and the Big Ten probably are going to protect Michigan and Harbaugh in that way. And what I mean by that is, come Friday, essentially after the Big Ten is over, you will probably hear, the true punishment. It'll be, everybody's saying it's 4 games, but it'll be official. It'll be a statement from the NCAA. Sure, it'll be a statement from, Michigan, Harbaugh, and the powers that be, but it won't be a statement, at least what I'm guessing, won't be a statement, during the Big Ten. So I think he saves himself or saves a little bit of grace because of the timing of it. But it's a unique timing, not only for those schools, but just think about this new Big Ten commissioner. Kevin Warren, whether you like him, love him, or hate him, he took a lot of his shots, especially from people from Nebraska and nationally and some other colleges and coaches. The new guy comes in after Kevin Warren to sign some deals and kind of increase the Big Ten's profile, whether you want to admit it or not. And within a matter of the last month, the new guy, instead of rolling in here and trying to maybe talk about how excited he is for the opportunity, now he's got to put out a host of fires, and in particular the ones by two of the, I would say, more respected coaches and programs up until late, right? You have two iconic coaches, and both of them former players at the university. Both of them pride themselves on the standards that they live by individually, which pours into their players. Well, now those two things come into question in different fashions. So it's going to be interesting to see. Really, I think it's going to be very intense until they start speaking, and we'll see how it goes from there.
And now, Strick, I know you, or not Strick, Jay, I know that you were saying how it's a different situation, and we'll know all of the findings probably once they release a statement from the NCAA. But isn't it kind of crazy how Harbaugh gets 4 games for lying to the NCAA about their recruiting violations? And I understand this is a totally different topic or a totally different situation with how long it happened and what happened. But Tennessee was completely cooperative, and they got massive sanctions.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely. I think, Tennessee, we had to cooperate because you do it 200 times. It's kind of, you're doing that to lessen it. But at the end of the day, I would question if, okay, fine. They have 200 sanctions, big, small, and, huge infractions, right? There's all across the board. But then you have a school that put the effort in and consciously tried to steer you the other way, did everything that you're not supposed to do, essentially, when the FBI, aka the NCAA, comes knocking at your door, and you're already working out a deal with them. I don't think they've worked out a deal with Jeremy Pruitt to have a 6-year show cause. I would assume it worked out really good for Michigan. And this is where I don't have a problem. It's just a little bit of a unique perspective. Everything that's been made, if you think about Michigan, which their athletic director and their president probably been on the phone with whoever at the NCAA, it's all this, let's suspend them for the easy part of the season and all that. Northwestern, we're going to, their president said, until he heard the people say it and re-interview it, then he decided to fire him. Well, you could have been a part of that in the first place, but you only wanted to suspend him 2 weeks during essentially a coach's dead period. And now you got Michigan coach missing the first 4 games of the season, and it's Cupcake City. Where is I would question them, where are you actually teaching them a lesson? Because I would look at it, or I could argue, right? Big or small infractions, at the end of the day, you broke an NCAA rule. Consciously broke an NCAA rule, which both Tennessee and Michigan did. But, okay, so now we're both at the table of we both are wrong. But then as we're wrong, one side decides to say, okay, here's all that we did. Can we work out something? We'll pay, can we come to sort of conclusion? Then you got somebody else who is one of the top 4 or 5 teams in the nation is still trying to thwart your investigation and turn you the other way. And then until they're caught, they're like, okay, well, you caught us twice. Can we make a deal? Mm-hmm. That just seems weird. I assume that the suspension would be 5 or 6 games, regardless of the schedule, not only to teach them a lesson, but then also you got to think their assistant coach went back and broke into somebody's email with the whole situation. They had to fire him, and he just got a pay raise, and they had some other things going on. So there's not just a one-time off with Harbaugh and company. It just seems like they're doing it as needed, and they're getting the benefit of the doubt because they're a very good team. Whereas Tennessee at the time with Jeremy Pruitt was horrible, and it seems like they're paying for the sins of a coach that's not even there anymore, which to me is odd because you think that you'd want to put the hammer down on the coach that's there, because he is putting the players at risk that are there on the roster right now, which I would have a bigger problem with, because those guys are staying there on the assumption that Coach Harbaugh is going to be up to the standard that he says so.
We're joined by Jay Foreman on the Allo VIP line. VIP line brought to you by Allo Fiber, where we understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. Jay, I guess we've seen, there's instances where some coaches have been forced to miss games, whether it's by suspension, whether they're ill, whatever it may be. How involved, if Jim Harbaugh is officially suspended for 4 games, he can still be pretty involved in the game prep and involved in the overall game, just not on the sidelines on Saturdays?
I think so. It depends on the stipulations. I think, depends on what it is. Can he, watch practice from home? Can he not be in the office? Can he not recruit? It'd be interesting to see all the details. And I don't know if they will release all the details, but that goes into it too. If it's something where he has to be essentially gone for 4 weeks, and that could really affect the team, because, he sets the tempo. He's working with them mentally to get them ready and all this other stuff, versus if he's just there and then he can't go to the game, that's not that big a deal, so it's going to be interesting, because also Michigan has obviously shown the ability or the want to circumvent the rules. So will they truly not communicate with him if he's not supposed to? Will they truly, live by the rules that are set by the NCAA or the Big Ten, or will they try to, find the loophole? And if they do, what happens after that, and who is all going to be watching them? Because that's huge as well. Because what are you going to do to protect yourself? Because you say somebody else does this, you have to have a set, path and discipline, based on the actions of Michigan or the lack thereof actions of Michigan moving forward.
Jay, other Big Ten news, and it's kind of, this is kind of something that's slowly starting to become more and more well known. Jim Leonhard, what the heck? The guy that's been quiet for the most part, doesn't get the job at Wisconsin, but then Brett Bielema, his old former coach, where he coached him at Wisconsin, decided to hire him as a senior football analyst for the Fight in the Illini. Wisconsin fans are pretty salty, but if you're an Illinois fan, you're liking this hire a lot, and it's a lot of good publicity going into Big Ten media days for Illinois.
Sure. Well, it's huge, because you got to think that they, have a new coordinator, because Walters is now the head coach at Purdue.
Yep.
And Jim Leonhard and him kind of fit the script to each other, young, energetic coaches. And Jim Leonhard is one of the best coordinators in the nation. And Brett Bielema has a history with him. And so it's a no-brainer for Brett Bielema. You kind of keep Jim Leonhard involved, maybe help the present day defensive coordinator. And if the present coordinator stays, or if not, then you can move Jim Leonhard in there. And plus, Jim Leonhard knows the Big Ten. He can help with the transition of the new coordinator. And as long as that relationship is good, I think it's a win-win. He's Jim Leonhard in the know-how, or in the news, or in the cycle of coaching. And then also adds one of the best coordinators. You got to think you got a best coordinator, one of the best coordinators that's essentially another head coach, but just of the defense.
Yeah.
Brett Bielema can do, anything and everything he wants, help with the offensive line, because he knows he has not only one good set of eyes, which is his new coordinator, but an experienced, top-notch coordinator in Jim Leonhard coming there, and he's an analyst, not only from a defensive standpoint, but from a team standpoint as well. Jim Leonhard, if people, would want to go back and look at, Wisconsin opened up their offense under him, right? So he can help them on the offensive side, because he can study the opponent's defense. But then also he was able to inspire Wisconsin to fight through some adversity. Jim Leonhard didn't know or kind of want to become the head coach in that situation, kind of like Mickey Joseph, but he made the best out of it. And those players really wanted him. And as you can see, like the reaction initially when he didn't get the job, there was a little bit of angst. And now he landed again in the Big Ten. I'm sure he's going to be really motivated when they play Wisconsin to go up there and beat them like they did last year, or beat them at home this year.
Well, and that's what's crazy. Side note, Braylon Allen was one of the more outspoken guys that was frustrated that Jim Leonhard didn't get the job at Wisconsin. So it's kind of crazy how how everything kind of fizzles out and plays out. If you're the Illinois defense coordinator, Aaron Henry, who, by the way, was the defensive backs and secondaries coach last year for Illinois, he moves into the defensive coordinator role. How much pressure do you feel to perform and for your group to be, because you're following a guy in Ryan Walters who kind of halfway through the year last year, you knew he was going to get a head coaching job, whether it was somewhere or Colorado where he used to play. And then now you bring in Jim Leonard, who you know darn well was a hot commodity in the Big Ten last year while at Wisconsin and through his interim coaching journey. I mean, how much pressure do you feel if you're Aaron Henry, the new Fighting Illini defensive coordinator?
I don't think you feel any. I think Brett Bielema has enough respect for Coach Henry and Jim Leonard not to bring him into a situation to where Leonard would put unnecessary pressure on him or any more because of his presence. But then also Jim Leonard will respect Henry. So I don't think there's pressure. The only pressure he should feel is that he's got to, follow Walters and live up to the expectations or coach up to the expectations that was there before. Now, where I think it could be an advantage because you said he's a defensive back coach, by trade. Now he's calling the defense, so he can't be so focused on the back end. So what do? Bring in a former All-American, 10-year NFL veteran, and obviously one of the best coordinators that has experience as a defensive back to come in and help your defense in the Big Ten. So I think there won't be any egos there. I think Jim Leonard is going to be solely hyper-focused on proving people wrong, and he's going to do the best job he can. And he's probably, a good match with Brett Bielema because they've worked together before. And there definitely seems, I don't know personally from Jim Leonard, but it just seems all things point to him being very motivated.
All right, Jay, last one before we go ahead and let you go, because we know you got some stuff going on later this evening. What are you expecting tomorrow? I mean, just overall thoughts before you get into Lucas Oil Stadium, just kind of expectations ahead of Big Ten Media Days.
Well, number one, there's not a lot of quarterbacks there, so it's going to be interesting to see who's going to set the tempo for the teams as far as, who's the leaders, who's speaking. And then also, with the new news coming out, not only, about Northwestern, but then also Michigan, how teams dance around that because people are going to ask them. All these teams are most likely going to play Michigan. They all know each other. They know the coaches, and they're looking at it, and they are definitely, trying to see how the Big Ten and NCAA is going to handle it. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to see, what's changed in some teams. And, there's a lot of coaches tomorrow that are going to be under a tremendous amount of pressure. When you think about a Tom Allen, or you think about Walters at Purdue, you're thinking about, even Bielema, he's got some strut in there, and he's got the fresh new toy of Jim Leonard to give him enough. Everything that's been happening is in people's minds. So it's going to be interesting to see who can stay focused on what they need and what they need to do under pressure, good pressure to continue to rise up and meet expectations, or it's do or die for some coaches and teams and sometimes players, what they're going to do. So these next 2 days is going to be interesting because, the Big Ten Commission probably going to give his opening statement. He's going to have to answer some questions. And then I think from there, you'll kind of see where the tone is at because I'm sure there's a lot of meetings going on right now to how it's supposed to be handled. So I'm definitely interested to see how it goes.
All right, Jay, man, if you see Jim Harbaugh in the bathroom, make sure you shake his hand, all right?
No, thank you, man. But I'm definitely going to be up in his grill if I catch him. I got a handheld mic, and I'm about to ask him.
Oh, please do.
So we're going to see if we can get some Must TV up on Jim Harbaugh.
All right, there it is. All right, Jay, we'll talk to you later, man. Appreciate you.
All right, man.
There's Jay Foreman from Indianapolis. Appreciate him hanging out for us for about 30 minutes or so here. All right, so let's take a break. There's a really interesting NBA angle that I don't know if are you going to be able to stick around, Stricky, or you want to stick around for 15 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, man. But there's a really interesting NBA angle that Strick has because Jaylen Brown got paid. Hey. And what does that mean for the rest of the NBA? We'll talk about that with the Husker Hall of Famer himself, Eric Strickland, coming up next on Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 937 The Ticket and the TicketFM.com.
Load up on meat and more. Piedmontese, 84th and a half. Pound of Denver steaks. News. They have 2 new locations opening 168th and Maple in Omaha. Hi. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppel Chevrolet GMC and Coppel sale kicking off into high gear with lots of fantastic offers still going on. We got 0.9% interest rates and trade-in bonuses on select new models. I know it all sounds too good to be true, but yes, 0.9% interest rates right now at Coppel. Also ramping up our back-to-school vehicles, and our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got great new pre-owned and GM certified units ready to roll. So stop on by the dealership or online at coppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
It's a new era for Nebraska football with a new head coach. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days. Live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis on July 26th and 27th. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Vershawn Jackson, Eric Pearson, Steve Siffel, and Jake Sorensen will be our shows on Wednesday and Thursday. Coverage of Media Days is brought to you by Ben Bleicher, a professional of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate, Gary Michaels Clothiers, Warhorse Gaming, A1 Automotive, and the 1890 Initiative.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for Open House League all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Make the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, make getting the best value. Installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice to be in your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415. or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
So Matt Davis in the studio, president of the 1890 Initiative, Nebraska's NIL operation.
We have some big things that we're going to announce, I think, in the next, few weeks, few months for sure. So I think 1890 and the trajectory for our company is really good. I think we have the ability to have a top, 5 collective in the country. I think we're trending that way.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back to old school with it on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Old School, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Rico, and Eric Strickland are with you here.
Freaking nachos are slamming.
I know, yeah. Big shout out to Pete Ferguson once again for coming
for the day.
Coming in clutch with the Abelardo's lunch.
Yo,
and
those tacos
unreal.
took me to another planet.
Unreal.
They hit different. They did.
So I dipped a taco in the queso that came with the nacho. Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna make food next week when I'm off, but I'm telling Rachel right now, like we're going to Abelardo's for one of these days because those tacos. Oh,
yeah, it's unbelievable. All right, so
let's get it.
Let's talk Jaylen Brown here real quick, because the Celtics guard has just signed the richest deal in NBA history,
$52 million a year
at 5 years, $304 million. It was his supermax extension.
So weird.
His agent Jason Glushan told ESPN
he hit a
and I'll say 4%,
3%,
he's happy too. He's happy too. So the extension kicks in during the 2024 season when he'll earn $52.4 million, the largest amount a player has ever made in a single season. In the final year of this contract, Jaylen Brown will make $69.1 million. Go ahead, Stricky.
He won. So my take on this, and Rico, you
I also have a take.
You may have to dig in on this take too. But listen, I felt that this was another transition that was similar to the one that we had back when I was playing. This is prior to the NBA scale, now the rookie scale that they now have. But part of the deal that was done back then with Juwan Howard was one of the ones that kind of set this up for that, right? So Juwan Howard is one of the first, the first to go with $100 million deal to break the $100 million mark. But Juwan Howard wasn't the best player in the freaking league.
Nope.
He wasn't even better than his running mate at the time, which was Chris Webber, who ultimately ends up going to sack. He wasn't even better than him.
Mm-hmm.
Then you look around the landscape and you see Karl Malone, you see Sean Kemp, you see the big ticket. You start looking around, you see Tim Duncan, and you're like, where is this going to end? Because all of those guys, Dirk, all of those guys have claims to being better than him. And if he's getting that, what now we're not even just looking at, we're just talking about power forwards. We're not even talking about the rest of the league.
No.
Not the Kobe.
Just at his position.
We're just talking about his position.
He wasn't the best at his position at the time. No.
So that hit the lick. Jaylen Brown, and this is why the take I wanted to bring it out, is watch and see where this goes and if it ends. The snowball has just started rolling down. The avalanche has just kicked off because it's about to get buck wild, because Jaylen Brown is not even the best guy on his team.
He is not.
Let alone at the position.
And the best guy on his team is eligible
up
for
next,
Supermax
next year
next season
at 318.
It's ridiculous, but this is what happens when you have these contracts in these leagues. Is it's next man up. Whoever gets the largest contract, whoever's up next and is close in the same-ish stratosphere, because Nikola Jokic was the highest paid at $276 million.
Right.
Jaylen Brown's not an MVP. Jaylen Brown's not a champion. I get it. I understand he is very important to the city of Boston. He's very important to this team. They've made the playoffs every year since he's been on the team. You want to keep him around. But at the same time, if you're Jaylen Brown and you are the philanthropist, the businessman that you claim that you are, you can make a bunch of money off the court. You can make a bunch of money not from the Celtics. I get it. You want to be the highest paid player in the league. You want to get all this money from the Celtics. But if you truly want to win a championship, you need to realize, first off, not the best player on your team. Second off, if you want to win is going to make $318 million the next season.
Porzingis is already in the 100 plus range, 150 plus.
Who the hell are you going to sign after you three get your money?
Right.
You are not going to be able to sign, a fourth player who's going to be able to maybe take you over that hump. Because in my mind, Kristaps Porzingis, it's not going to take him over the hump.
No.
He's a good player. He's a unicorn, all this, all that. Before he got injured and left New York and whatever, like he was the next in the league. He was supposed to be the guy that was taking the league by storm and was doing this. He's a 7+ footer who can shoot threes and handle like a guard. He was Wembanyama before Wembanyama. Like that was the thing. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn when I say that.
No,
he's not as hyped as Wembanyama was, obviously, but he was supposed to be that next guy. Now with Boston, you're going to be tied to Jaylen Brown for $306 million for what was it? 6 years? 5 years?
5 years.
And I don't mean to make this a New York Knicks thing, but I'm going to make it a New York Knicks thing right now. RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, $396 million over 12 years for all three of them. It was thought of as a bad contract for Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett. You look at their contracts. I know they're not in the same stratosphere as Jaylen Brown is for what he's done and for what Boston has done, but those are really solid players who are taking a lot of money, but they still have so much more that they can spend on other players to take them over that hump from being what were they, like a 5 seed to getting into the top 3, to having home court advantage in the playoffs, to making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They have more money to spend on that. Boston, after next season, when they do sign
Tatum,
Jason Tatum, you're not gonna have any money to spend.
Well, here's the other capper before you jump. He's absolutely right on that part. But you've got to look at the new rules of the CBA that's going to kick in. So now you're going to lose exceptions, which he's talking about, which normally would have been available in this last CBA, where they had certain exceptions if you went over the cap, and you got these exceptions that were available to you to sign players like a PJ Tucker or guys like that. Those extra helping pieces, those go out the window. So now you're really just on stuck mode, and your depth goes down the drain. That's a steal contract. Jalen Brunson is a steal of a contract that they got for him. So you're right. They have actually, when your best player is making that. If you're not bringing any of that beyond the table, then your bar has been set. This is set a huge precedent bar. That is scary for the league in itself. If they don't sign a good TV deal, Nick, they're going to be in trouble. The NBA is going to be in trouble.
Yeah. So we got a text from a named texter. It says, "Can you guys speak real quickly to how much the agent makes in that transaction?"
Minimum 3%.
So let's just go 5% because it could go anywhere from like 6.
Marketing.
Yeah. So let's just go 5%. 5% of $304 million, $15.2 million goes to the
signing
agent.
on the dotted line.
Who would be an agent?
Just for signing on the dotted
And I
line.
feel like it takes one client. You need one guy, and then it's unbelievable to think about like Scott Boras, who is transcends over sports, multiple sports. He's MLB, he's NBA, he's NFL.
Those MLB contracts.
That's what I'm saying. So and he's got a guy that's like signing and every year.
I feel like it's a Scott Boras.
There's multiple guys that are signing for Scott Boras. It just continues to come in for that guy. I wonder if there's a way to find out like
is a Scott Boras guy up for a Supermax this year again? Because I feel like it's every year, like you just said.
It used to be
he
Michael
always
Jordan's
has
agent.
So think about this. So Scott Boras, who's one of the top agents, $450 million is
what
his
he's
net
worth.
worth.
Yeah.
An agent. It's unbelievable.
Now, that's probably his company.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he has other agents that work for him. So that's probably what his company worth is.
Yeah, so I mean, it's right now, as of right now, and this came out in December of 2022. So this isn't even, you know, figuring all the recent ones. As of right now, Scott has negotiated contracts for his customers worth more than $2.5 billion.
Well, then that might be his actual.
Earning his agency about $100 million in commissions annually.
Yeah, yeah.
Just unbelievable as a sports agent. Yeah. So it's crazy. I mean, it goes to show that if you know the right people,
because you get paid by the season. So
yeah,
once guys in those 4 or 5 year cycles, then another one. You're it's a constant. It's like insurance money.
Yeah. So I mean,
if you just I just typed in Scott Boras clients. It's a lot of baseball, mostly baseball, but Max Scherzer, Bryce Harper, Garrett Cole, Xander Bogaerts, Anthony Rendon, Carlos Correa, Alex Rodriguez, Eric Hosmer. Like, these are guys who signed massive contracts, and he's representing all of them.
So listen to this. So as of November of 2022, he represented 106 clients for a total, his 5 largest equal $1.6 billion.
His 5 largest?
His 5 largest clients equal $1.6 billion. As a total, he equals $3.83 billion. And all throughout all 106 clients. It's unbelievable the amount of money that he's like talking about.
I'm looking at a list of his notable active clients, and it's ridiculous because a lot of these guys are getting paid a bunch by their current. It's all baseball, but it's getting paid a bunch by their current clubs, including your boy Cody Bellinger.
Oh yeah, $17.5 million for 1 year. At 5%, what is that? Like probably, I don't know, like $2 million, probably.
Oh darn,
$1 million, a little over $1 million.
That's probably his smallest contract.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, once again, how, like you said, the TV deal, and you're running into that kind of thing with MLB, right? It's and a lot of other sports. Like eventually, quarterbacks in the NFL. That's where I was going.
Next man up.
Daniel Jones, $40 million a year. For what?
Yeah.
For what? And it's just, I will. That continues to baffle me. I'm not like a Daniel Jones stan by any means, but I'm also not a hater on Daniel Jones. I think he's fine. I think he's serviceable. I think he's good enough to be a starter in the NFL, but he needs somebody around him like a Saquon Barkley. And my goodness, they paid that man $40 million a year.
Daniel Jones is less athletic Justin Herbert.
I suppose. Okay, that's
a
not
lot of hype.
I mean, but
a lot of hype.
He can run though. He can
that's
run.
The beauty of the versatility that he brings, knowing that you don't have a top tier quarterback.
Yeah,
you need that.
Well, and it was big for him. It was big for him to. Well, no, it was big for him to get it signed and sealed before this 2024 class because Jay talked about it yesterday. He said Jay was talking to a front office guy in the NFL, said there was 18 quarterbacks that have an opportunity to be a starter.
Yeah, Mac Jones is in trouble.
2024 class in quarterbacks is going to be wild, which is probably why a guy like Marvin Harrison does not have the best odds to win the Heisman. Is because it's such a quarterback heavy college football season, and the Heisman Trophy award is a very quarterback heavy award as well. All right, let's take a break. Strick, you going to get out of here? All right, Stricky's out of here. It'll be Rico and I for the remaining hour and 11 minutes as we close out the Tuesday. This will be the last, though, that you hear from us until tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Because from 6 a.m. until 2 p.m., it's going to be Big Ten Media Days stuff from Indy and the guys out there. So Rico and I will take care of and Strick a little bit on Wednesday and Thursday in the afternoon. It'll be the three of us. And then, but other than that, it'll be all the guys from Indy on Wednesday and Thursday. Good to know the fellas have gotten there safely. I know Jake and Terrell and Vershawn are still en route, but it seems like nobody's pulled anybody's hair out for the little that they have left. Obviously, Vershawn and Jake are the two there. But no, it seems like they're good. Jay and I believe DP have arrived safely.
I think he's there.
So good to hear that everybody's gotten there safe and sound here on Tuesday. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back with Old School, sponsored by the Mercado on 93.7 The Ticket.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're an electrician, we've got a career for you. It's a career with employer-paid health care and retirement benefits. Join the IBEW Local 265 family. Work for one of our NECA contractors. Come to our job fair on August 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, 2500 Tamarind Ridge Road in Southwest Lincoln. For more information, call Mike Murray at 402-875-1034. That's 402-875-1034.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to HNHroofs.com for more information or call 402-359-2546.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Oak Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, partly sunny and hot with a slight chance of showers and storms. Afternoon temperature should reach around 96. Tonight we'll see a chance of storms early, then partly cloudy skies, the low around 73. And tomorrow, sunshine and hot weather again. We'll see a high of around 99. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on Old School 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Huge shout out to the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Every type of meat, every type of cut. Make sure you visit their location, 84th and Havelock. And then also, they're about to open up a new location out south on 33rd and Yankee Hill as well, over by Tanner's and the Coles over there. That good area, right by my house, about three minutes from my place. But anyway, okay. So want to thank, prior to tomorrow, want to shout out all of our sponsors for Big Ten Media Days: Gary Michaels Clothiers, the 1890 Initiative, Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Warhorse Sportsbook, and A1 Automotive. So shout out to those folks for sponsoring the Big Ten Media Days production that we're going to have of the coverage, I should say, not production, the coverage of 2023's Big Ten Media Days. But okay, so Rico, we're going to talk about that article at 5:00. All
right, sounds good.
There's a big NIL bill that was introduced by a couple of United States senators. And so we'll dive into that. That was written on The Athletic just a little bit ago by Nicole Auerbach. So we'll talk about that. I'm looking through, since we only just have a few minutes left in this segment, and 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 951. So I'm looking through, I found this really cool website called Fanspo, FANSPO.
Okay.
That they have an agent directory on it. And so you can go to the agent directory and you can find out who has the most active clients. Yeah. And so I look at like the NBA, since we were just discussing the Jaylen Brown situation. And at first it's Rich Paul. At number one, it's Rich Paul. He currently has 27 active clients. He has his active contracts equal $2.1 billion right now. And this is just for the year. I want to make that very clear.
That's so much money.
This is just for the year. $2.1 billion worth Rich Paul has negotiated for his clients. Headlined by Trae Young, who signed a deal through 2027 for a guaranteed $215.2 million. And that's not counting the $197 million from Darius Garland, the $166 million from Zach LaVine, the $134 from De'Aaron Fox.
I mean,
Rich Paul also has Anthony Davis, also has Draymond Green, also has LeBron James.
I mean this in a completely jealous way. What do you do with all that money?
With $2 billion?
Like, what do you do?
Well,
I mean this in a completely jealous way, because I will never have that much money. What do you do?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Like, what do you like? You sign a $250 million. What do you do with all that? I want to get a house that's like $600,000.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't need $250 million. That's a drop in the bucket.
I was going to say $600,000 is not even $1 million, and you have 215 of those 1 million.
Like what? Like
for just 5 years?
And then it's like, okay, I'll get a new car. Still not $1 million.
It's unbelievable.
Like I could get a house and a car and not dip into the M's that I have.
No. Well, now it's important to remember that we live in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's not, the price of living maybe isn't as expensive as it is in LA and Florida.
Okay,
right?
If I get a $1.5 million house in California and I get a new car, that's still not going to cost, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I mean, it's just crazy.
If I do that, I'm still sitting pretty at a nice, cool, I don't know, probably $213 million.
Groceries?
Oh, I could buy groceries for the next 10 years and probably still have $213 million. I'm not spending $13 million on groceries.
That's true.
I'm not spending you're not going to spend $1 million on groceries in 2 years. Do you think no,
you wouldn't spend $1 million in your entire lifetime.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's crazy. I don't know, unless I guess you got a lot of kids, 300. Well, still, even like $300 a week is like very high end for groceries.
Like
for large families.
Like
and
I will spend
still that's like $1,200 a month, and then you got to make that into like, geez, $1,200 a month. That's ridiculous.
Like if I just like, you know, spitball, like trying to figure it out. Like even with daycare involved, still, I'm not spending $1 million in a year.
Well, so Ted asks, what percentage of that do you think the agent gets? And as Strick kind of alluded to, anywhere from 3% at the way bottom, which I highly doubt that agents of this stature would settle for 3%.
It's probably
5 or 6, 5 or 6%.
You sit there and you're like, oh, 6%. That's no, 6%'s a lot.
Well, what did we just do? Jaylen Brown's $304 million one
at 3%.
No, at 5%.
At 5%.
At 5% gets his agent Jason Glushon $15.2 million.
I'm good.
Just off of Jaylen Brown.
I'm good.
And
I'm dropping all my other clients.
We can look. So Jason Glushon, according to this website Fanspo, in terms of NBA deals, is the eighth highest agent.
You know what I'm going to do?
He has $670.7 million. This does not count Jaylen Brown's today. $670.7 million in contracts negotiated this season.
If I'm Jason Glushon, you know what I do? Is I go to Jason. Why do I keep forgetting his name? Jason Tatum.
Oh,
Jason Tatum.
Okay.
And I would say to him, well, how much is your agent taking out of your contract? 6%? I'll take 4.
Yeah.
Because he's getting $318 million next year.
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I wish I had that kind of money.
I mean, it's wild. It's wild to even think about that. Anyway, 402-464-5685. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back here, it's the 5 o'clock hour, and we will dive into a little bit of NIL stuff, as The Athletic just wrote an article on, and it's headlined, Senators Manchin and Tuberville introduce NIL bill with transfer restrictions and registry of deals. We'll tell you about it, give you the ins and outs as we wrap up our final hour here for the day. 5 o'clock hour on Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Coming up next on The Ticket.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock, or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to hnhroofs.com for more information or call 402-359-2546.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
You deserve the best. With the Liberty First MasterCard, you can pay down your high-rate debt and could save hundreds when you transfer the balance. The Liberty First Credit Union MasterCard has no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no annual fee. And with a fixed rate as low as 9.99% APR, and you choose rewards, you'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit LibertyFirstCU.com. Rates and terms are based on your credit and subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
So with Matt Davis in the studio, president of the 1890 Initiative, Nebraska's NIL operation.
We have some big things that we're going to announce, I think, in the next, few weeks, few months for sure. So I think 1890 and the trajectory for our company is really good. I think we have the ability to have a top, 5 collective in the country. I think we're trending that way.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Sometimes playing with a healthy fear is good because it makes you go, 100 out. Because more tentative I always told kids, I said, listen, if you don't like this and you don't want to play, don't play. Because you're going to be worse off and get probably hurt more by being tentative in your play as opposed to playing all out.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
We are back here on Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Every type of meat, every type of cut. Make sure you head over 84th and Havelock. It's Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Great partner of Old School. No DP, no J today, as they are both in Indianapolis. Got stuff. Should be, if they aren't already there, should be just getting in. We heard from Jay back in the first segment in the 4 o'clock hour that he arrived safely. He's got some stuff tonight with some Big Ten folks, and then I'm sure DP's got meetings as well as he navigates the city of Indianapolis here later this evening.
They know people.
Yeah, exactly. So once again, 402-464-5685, the number to call and text. The Royals play at 6:10 is first pitch for the Kansas City Royals this evening. So they'll hop on the FM dial at 5:30 tonight. So if you want to stick around and watch Old School, we'll be here still till 6. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. and Twitter.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share, all of that. Like the videos, share the videos, like us on the pages, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff on all of those pages. Just to then you can get some alerts. Hit the little bell on some of those things, and you get the alerts when we go live, so you know exactly when to pop in, see our beautiful faces or the beautiful faces of any of the people that are doing shows here at 93.7 The Ticket.
Well, and you're going to want to have the video stream open and accessible if you can. The next next 2 days, the next 48 hours, because we are going to have tons of content coming your way from Lucas Oil Stadium and the Big Ten Media Days. I'm sure there's usually an opportunity for the head coach to stop on by. Last year, Trev Alberts and Barry Alvarez were sitting down at the ticket table with Jay and DP and just chopping it up
at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time. Some really cool conversations. That's some of the benefits of sending guys like Amon and like Jay and Rashawn and Terrell and DP, obviously. Just some great benefits of it.
Do you think somebody tries to run a 40?
No.
You think somebody tries to test their speed?
Not in that setting. I don't think so.
I feel like it'll happen.
Maybe.
I feel like something slightly athletic is going to happen. Somebody's going to teach some type of thing, or try to teach, or get some tips on video from some of the athletes that are there.
So here, I guess before we dive into this segment, I can kind of break down the schedule for Big Ten Media Days tomorrow. We mentioned some sporadic times here and there.
So apparently the radio is getting sunspotted.
Oh, shucks. We apologize for sunspots, but either way, tomorrow the first speaker will be we kick things off at 9:30 Central Time. So all these times will be Central Time. 9:30 to 9:30 to 10. It's going to be Tony Petitti, the Big Ten commissioner. From 10 to 10:15, it's Brett Bielema. From 10:15 to 10:30, it's Greg Schiano. Mel Tucker follows Greg Schiano from 10:30 to 10:45. David Braun from Northwestern is from 10:45 to 11. From 11 to 11:15, it's James Franklin of Penn State. From 11:15 to 11:30, Kirk Ferentz from Iowa. And to round out day one, it'll be from 11:30 to 11:45. It'll be Ryan Day from Ohio State.
Honestly, that's a really strong day.
It's a really strong day. And on Thursday, obviously, Thursday will be Nebraska's day. On Thursday, at 10 a.m. Central Time, it'll be Tom Allen from Indiana. From 10:15 to 10:30, Mike Loxley from Maryland. 10:30 to 10:45, PJ Fleck takes the stand. Then after PJ Fleck, you have three of the new coaches in the Big Ten. At 10:45, you have Ryan Walters from Purdue. At 11 a.m. on Thursday, Matt Rule will speak for 15 minutes up until 11:15 a.m. From 11:15 to 11:30, it's Luke Fickell. And from 11:30 to 11:45, it's Jim Harbaugh.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because Matt Rule's going to get asked two questions because the man loves to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to get two questions in and they're like, oh, my time's up.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe even one question. That dude talks. Not in a rude way. Dude loves to hear his own voice. I swear.
Well, it's also loud. He projects his voice.
He does. His opening statement, however long that is, one question. There's his time.
Yeah.
It better be a good question. I don't know who's going to get it in, though.
So once again, 402-464-5685. That's the layout for Big Ten Media Days. So we'll kick things off on Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. Central Time because the commissioner speaks. And then on Thursday, it just starts a half hour later because the commissioner doesn't speak on Thursday. But the team's going tomorrow: Illinois, Rutgers, Michigan State, Northwestern, Penn State, Iowa, Ohio State are the teams going tomorrow. So there will be various interviews, various conversations, various just tidbits from each coach and players that might be able to stop on by. Jay talked about yesterday. He's going to try to get Ryan Day. Ryan Day, I'm sure, is pretty hot commodity.
You think he can get Harbaugh? No.
He doesn't want Harbaugh.
No,
he does. He does. He just doesn't want to shake Harbaugh's hand after the bathroom incident last year.
He don't wash his hands.
Yeah, he doesn't wash his hands.
Gross.
Come on, Jim. We're not trying to out you on the air,
but we are.
But here we are,
outing you on the air.
We know the story.
I think you get Brett Bielema.
Jim Harbaugh also sidebar got suspended today. He is going to be suspended for 4 games as the season begins.
Called into the principal's
according to
office.
Yahoo Sports, he basically falsified his words in a statement to the NCAA talking about recruiting violations, if he committed any recruiting violations. So he will miss the Wolverines' first 4 games of the season, which are against 3 Group of 5 schools and 1 Big Ten school. So I'll run through it. The first 3 games for Michigan are all at home. Actually, the first 4 games are all at home for Michigan. And they face, in this order, East Carolina, UNLV, Bowling Green, and then the lone Big Ten game against a powerhouse, and that is the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
4-0.
So 4-0 with or without Jim.
Yeah.
The first game that Coach Harbaugh will be available for comes on September 30th in a town we all know real well.
Iowa City.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh, my bad.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. East Lansing, Michigan.
I don't know where Maryland is. College
Park.
Happy
College Park.
Valley.
Happy Valley. Wow.
So
What about Purdue?
West Lafayette?
West Lafayette. Bloomington. Yeah. Piscataway. Anyway,
Where's Indiana?
Bloomington.
Where's Illinois?
Champaign.
Where's
We're not doing this. This is horrible to do at 5 p.m. Anyway, 402-464-5685. Honda of Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. One thing I do want to talk about.
Evanston, Illinois.
One thing I do want to mention and kind of go through. Maybe we can do this in the next segment. Look at the Big Ten coaches and not necessarily rate them on how good they are, but rate them onto how hot their seat is. Because Jay said something at the 4 o'clock segment where Tom Allen going to feel a little bit of pressure going into tomorrow, right? He gets this extension after Michael Penix has a good year. Indiana has a pretty good year in the COVID season, and now he has 2 downfalls. Michael Penix obviously out of town, and he's in Washington now.
Washington.
But for the most part, Tom Allen in Indiana has been really disappointing, so they need to bounce back, and they have a very difficult schedule, do the Hoosiers.
Yeah,
So,
it almost seems like the Big Ten's trying to get rid of Tom Allen.
the Big Ten versus Tom Allen.
Yep.
New conspiracy. The biggest scandal in 2023.
All right, the Big Ten's trying to get rid of Tom Allen.
Tom Allen,
He
are they
knows
trying to get rid of Mel
secrets.
Tucker?
Maybe.
I don't
Think
know.
so?
Mel Tucker, Greg Schiano.
Mel Tucker, defensive coordinator at Ohio State.
That'd be scary. I don't like that. I
Don't
so
sign me up for
was
that.
was I talking to you the other day, Rico, where after Mel Tucker left Colorado, the commercial was still playing?
Yeah, it was. I
Were
was
we
talking
talking
to
to
you.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah, we were
because I
talking
was
about that?
talking because I was talking to. I think Tab was here at that time because he was like telling us about like the Pac-12 commercials and how Mel Tucker was still getting mentioned as like Pac-12 for like a month after he left.
I'm going to try to find.
You know what a fun activity would be? And you keep doing what you're doing. Just the Big Ten head coaches make the best coaching staff.
Well, I think it's going to feature a lot of.
But you need to have one as the head coach.
Yep.
One as the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and then I don't know. You could do position, but I just want the 3.
You could do
the
positions.
big 3.
2 of the positions that would be easy. Linebackers coach from Michigan, Sharon Moore. He's probably going to get a head coaching job after this season.
No. Just the head coaches.
Oh,
just the head
Well,
coaches
that
at Big Ten
makes it
schools.
tough.
And that's the point. And then you make your head coach who's leading the ship.
Yeah.
Who's your offensive coordinator? Who's your defensive coordinator?
That makes it tough because, like, obviously, like Brian Hartline at Ohio State would be a clear-cut wide receiver coach, but he
nope.
has to be out of it.
Just the head coaches. I mean, we could do assistant coaches.
Would like Ryan Day be the head coach?
I don't know.
I think I'm still taking Ryan Day over Jim Harbaugh.
Are you?
Maybe that's just a personal thing.
I would take. I think I would take Harbaugh and have Ryan Day as my offensive coordinator.
Okay.
And then the hard part is finding a defensive coordinator. I mean, you could
Luke Fickell, Brett
there's
Bielema.
I feel like I want. Well, no. Brett Bielema would be a good defensive coordinator.
Mel Tucker,
Do you take Matt Rule at any of these positions?
offensive line coach,
Maybe. I feel like
or Brett Bielema, offensive line coach.
Yeah. See.
Is there a fullback coach?
What's PJ Fleck doing?
PJ Fleck, because didn't Western Michigan have an offense? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Either way, that would be the way to do it. Would be, I mean, man, that's interesting because I think like where does James Franklin have a seat at the table?
I don't even know what James Franklin does best. Greg Schiano has to be considered somewhere because he's a great assistant coach.
Yeah, he does. Now I will say people might forget this that Manny Diaz is Penn State's defensive coordinator. Manny Diaz, the former Miami Hurricane head coach.
That's why I didn't take Penn State.
Who then eventually, like, it was so funny with Manny Diaz because he got fired and it was like, oh, is he going to go take this job? And it was like reported that he was going to take this job. But then people were like, nope, we're not letting him take this one. And he ended up getting hired as the, was he defensive coordinator or linebackers coach?
Somebody said Ryan Walters for defensive coordinator. Illinois had the best defense in the country. Yeah, but was that Ryan Walters?
Yeah.
Or was that Brett Bielema?
So Manny Diaz is the current defensive coordinator and linebackers coach at Penn State. Who was the coach that Tennessee didn't allow to be hired?
Schiano.
Yeah, it was Greg Schiano. That's right. Man, what a world.
They were like riding on the rock.
Where we lived in, where Greg Schiano was going to be the head coach at Tennessee. And the fans were like, hell no.
Revolted. Like he was pretty much hired. And then they were like, hey, sorry, Greg, that's not going to happen.
Oh my goodness. Does Kirk Ferentz go anywhere? Special assistant to the coach?
No.
Special advisor to the head coach?
I don't want him on my team.
How about Brian Ferentz?
I definitely don't want
Definitely do not want Brian
I want
Ferentz.
their special teams coach, but I can't because it's only head coaches.
Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, I mean, Ryan Walters for defense coordinator. That's right. From Purdue. You
But
just
was
said
that Ryan or was that Brett?
Well, so
Was
I
that
think
Bert?
I think that was a lot of a lot of Ryan. Ryan Walters, that is, who is now the current head coach of Purdue. I also think part of that was Aaron Henry, whose name we've said a couple of times here in the show, where he was tasked with developing Devon Witherspoon, who was a top 5 pick to the Seattle Seahawks as the secondaries coach last year. But now Aaron Henry is the defensive coordinator for the Fighting Illini.
We
So-
could do that at some, obviously not next week because I'm not here, but the week after.
Yeah.
We could do that, and then we could do what you're kind of alluding to: assistant coaches. Build your best
Yeah.
coaching staff with just assistant coaches in the Big Ten.
I mean, yeah. Well, if you wanted to even do who as an assistant coach right now would you want as a head coach? I'm taking Sharon Moore from Michigan as the linebacker, linebackers coach from Michigan.
I'm leaning Brian Hartline.
I wonder if things go poorly for Ohio State this year, and poorly being a 10-win season, and most importantly, not beating Michigan.
Then again, I'd have to look up the assistant coaches at these schools.
Not beating Michigan, I think, like Ryan Day, I still don't think he should be fired, but it's going to get uneasy.
Rosy
in
cheeks,
Columbus.
Ryan Day.
It's and dyed beard.
Yeah, it's weird.
Dyed. How dark on a scale?
Ooh.
How dark is Ryan Day's beard?
Like
how full?
like-
how filled in?
Like midnight with no moon, like that dark,
With no street lights,
like midnight in a field in the middle of the country with no moon,
no stars,
dark.
Yep.
Or
a little bit of salt and pepper,
or dusk.
Yeah, just dusk. Yeah. I think it's going to be filled in.
I think it's.
I think it's going to be filled in.
I don't think he wants any salt and pepper.
He reminded me last year, and I think I tweeted this out last year at Big Ten Media Days, which I'll have to go back and find that if so, because I can probably retweet it again. He reminded me of the fake Santa Claus from Santa Claus 2.
Yep, that's what you said.
Because just with a black beard,
Because he
instead
has
of
some
a gray beard.
He's got some rosy cheeks.
Yeah, he does. But
He looks like a
looked
marionette.
So he looked so fake.
Yep.
And because it was like cut now, I mean, give him credit, I guess.
Yeah, whoever lined him
it
up
was
was on
lined up
point.
perfectly. And it was. I mean, the beard was full, or maybe it was filled in.
It bothers me.
Maybe it was painted. I don't know.
Like Carlos Boozer's hairline.
Yeah, Carlos Boozer,
Does
big
anybody
member of
remember
the Chicago Bulls.
Came from Alaska.
Yeah. His sons are now pretty high level recruits.
They are.
So anyway, I gotta find a picture of Ryan Day.
Yeah. We got to
at
get
Big
to a
Ten
break.
Media Days. We do have to get to a break. The Kansas City Royals are getting ready to play a game tonight. I believe they have the Tigers tonight.
Sure.
We can really hold on. We can really quickly pull this up. I should have been prepared for this, but the Royals do not have the Tigers. They have the Guardians. In fact, they are on the road in Cleveland. I think the Royals actually won last night 5-3.
They did
on the road against the Guardians.
We've got Zach Greinke on the mound versus Aaron Savali.
Okay, so Aaron Savali versus Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke is 1-10 this season.
Yeah, so the fellas from the Royals Radio Network will have the pregame show coming up here in about 5 minutes or so. If you want to still listen to Rico and I, make sure you head over to the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. But for the FM dial, we are out. Have a great rest of your night, and we will hopefully talk to you and see you guys on the stream. You can still text into our show, 402-464-5685. We are going to dive into the NIL discussion. We're going to talk a little more college football, maybe just what to expect from Big Ten Media Days tomorrow, as DP, Jay, Amon, Jake, Terrell, Vershawn, the entire crew is out in Indianapolis getting ready to bring you all the coverage. And want to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to send all those guys out there. Gary Michaels Clothiers, the 1890 Initiative, Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway, Warhorse Sportsbook, and A1 Automotive. Rico and I back after this on the video stream. Make your way over there and to hang out the rest of your Tuesday afternoon. Right here, it's Old School 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're an electrician, we've got a career for you. It's a career with employer-paid health care and retirement benefits. Join the IBEW Local 265 family. Work for one of our NECA contractors. Come to our job fair on August 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, 2500 Tamarind Ridge Road in Southwest Lincoln. For more information, call Mike Murray at 402-875-1034. That's 402-875-1034.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
You deserve the best. With a Liberty First MasterCard, you can pay down your high-rate debt and could save hundreds when you transfer the balance. The Liberty First Credit Union MasterCard has no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no annual fee. And with a fixed rate as low as 9.99% APR and you choose rewards, you'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Rates and terms are based on your credit and subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
It's a new era for Nebraska football with a new head coach. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days. Live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis on July 26th and 27th. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Vershawn Jackson, Terrell Farley, Derek Pearson, Steve Siffel, and Jake Sorensen will be in Indy for our shows on Wednesday and Thursday. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by Ben Bleicher of the Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate, Gary Michaels Clothiers, Warhorse Gaming, A1 Automotive, and the 1890 Initiative.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through July 25th are $2 off a pound of Denver steaks. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, big news, they have 2 new locations opening soon at 27th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha, with soft openings in mid-July. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to HandHroofs.com for more information or call 402-359-2546.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Koppel's big summer sales event is kicking off into high gear with lots of fantastic offers still going on. We got 0.9% interest rates and trade-in bonuses on select new models. I know it all sounds too good to be true, but yes, 0.9% interest rates right now at Koppel. Also ramping up our back-to-school vehicles, and our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got great new pre-owned and GM certified units ready to roll. So stop on by the dealership or online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticket.com.
Welcome back into the, oh my goodness, I almost said happy hour. Welcome back into old school, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. It is just after 5:30 p.m. And if you're listening to us, you found your way over to the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, as the Royals get ready to take on the Guardians over on the FM dial. Trying to go 2 wins in a row after getting swept by the Yankees are the Royals. Zach Greinke, who Rico filled us in, is 1-10 this season. He goes tonight for the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, he's not great this year.
No. Well, I think he's getting a little older.
I think he's been hurt for a little bit.
So that I'm sure that probably plays a part into it, is that he's a little bit older.
A little bit older, a little bit wiser.
Yeah, something like that. So anyway,
a little bit weirder. He's a weird guy.
Zach Greinke?
Yeah, he's a weird guy. Have you heard like Zach Greinke stories?
No.
Trying to remember one of them where he I don't remember what it was. He just walked up to a guy. Oh, I think the guy was asking for him to sign a ball, and he took it and then just chucked it. And the guy was like, "Why'd you do that?" And he goes, "Because I can." And then just walked away.
Dang. Never forget when Trevor Bauer started with the whole what's it called? With the whole chucking a ball over the center field wall.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
That was bad.
Just chucked it from the pitcher's mouth.
Yeah, that was actually in Kansas City.
He was like,
that was actually in Kansas City when the Indians at the time were playing the Kansas City Royals.
Sack noise.
So, and made it look effortless.
He really did.
But anyway,
do you think you could do that?
No.
You don't think you go pitcher's mound over the center field wall?
I do not. Not anymore.
Do you think you get to the warning track?
Probably not. You know what? I mean,
I don't think
it would take effort.
I don't think I could.
With maybe a running start.
No,
yeah.
Just do what he did.
No.
Turn chuck.
Absolutely not. It's a miracle.
You want to crow hop it?
It's a miracle that he did not throw out his arm.
Nice.
Or dislocate his shoulder.
Center field throw.
Yeah.
Center
I mean,
field
the pitchers can throw long toss, obviously loosens everything up. So I'm sure they can throw pretty far.
Ridiculous.
But, it's kind of crazy. Anyway, by the way, the Royals. So this will be a good way to go. It's just kind of deviate from college football real quickly. The
NIL deal thing in the final segment.
Yeah, the Kansas City Royals and their owner, John Sherman, the CEO, John Sherman, wrote an open letter to Kansas City fans, Royals fans today. And it says, quote, and a lot of times you see organizations that are nearing the trade deadline that are way out of playoff contention, similar to the Royals.
they will send an open letter kind of expressing their plans, their thoughts, what they're feeling,
Like, hey,
saying, hey,
don't be alarmed.
yeah, like don't be alarmed. We got this under control and we hear you.
We're just gonna do something.
The best part is that when CEOs and chairmen go, don't worry, we hear you.
No, you don't.
Kansas City Royals fans.
No, you don't.
So in this article, he talks about starts it off with a heartwarming or overwhelming and heartfelt story, talking about Dick Hauser, the former Royals manager. He met his wife last week or whatever. So anyway, the CEO, John Sherman, continues by saying this: rest assured that we are intensely committed to restoring the Royals to their rightful place in Major League Baseball, and we will do what's necessary to see that through. We're just getting started here, which means we are going to be heavy sellers at the trade deadline.
Get ready to
And-
lose all of your favorite players.
Yeah, get ready to lose Salvador Perez. And that's gonna be painful for a lot of Royals fans, understandably so. He then transitions to talk about the new stadium that Kansas City is going to eventually play in.
Their downtown stadium.
Their downtown stadium.
That I didn't know was actually going to happen. I thought it was just talks.
So he says, he continues by saying, many of you have expressed that you would like to hear more information on our new ballpark district vision. In the next 30 days, we plan to share an overview of the ballpark district, including the broad benefits of the two sites under construction, one in Jackson County and one in Clay County. He then goes on, talks about the new ballpark, says the construction project alone is expected to generate over 20,000 jobs, $1.4 billion in labor income, and $2.8 billion in total economic output. This project will be will be a huge economic boost for the region. The inaugural year of the new ballpark is expected to generate some 185 million more in regional economic output than the K, also known as Kauffman Stadium, does today.
How do you come to that number?
No idea. The Royals ownership group will commit well in excess of $1 billion in private investment to help. Now, once again, this is the ownership group that features Patrick Mahomes.
So much money.
The Royals
He's
ownership
only
group.
a half a billionaire.
Yeah.
This guy's not even all of it. He doesn't even have all that money.
Patrick can't do it. Well, I mean, he probably can because with all the other stuff.
All the endorsements.
But yeah, the endorsements. The Royals ownership group will commit well in excess of $1 billion in private investment to help create transformational growth here and across the region. And also, this is not written in the statement.
Oh,
suites
Sweets
for the owners.
100%. They're going to donate this so they can get
the ownership group will donate this so they can have something named after them.
Yeah.
And they can have a suite.
The so-and-so suite.
We are committed to doing this right, says CEO John Sherman.
How do you not?
This is a huge decision for us. We're focused on playing the long game for the region we call home. In late September, we plan to announce which site will best fulfill our pledge to Kansas City to create 1, powerful community impact, 2, generate sustainable economic activity in the county, city, and state, and 3, greater opportunity for the citizens of our region.
Nick, they don't live in Kansas City.
And finally, please know we're listening.
No, you're not.
We hear you.
No, you don't.
I look forward to the chance to keep talking with so many of you at the K, in the grocery checkout line,
Liar.
at the gas station,
You don't know.
or around town.
You do not shop for yourself. You do not pump your own gas. You do not talk to any of those people in that stadium unless
man.
they're wearing a suit and have a check to hand to you so that you can put more suites into your stadium.
More sweets, the better.
Don't you lie to these people.
So once again,
Rich people annoy me.
please know we're listening. We hear you. I look forward to the chance to keep talking with so many of you at the K, in the grocery checkout line, at the gas station, or around town.
You piss me off.
While these can be dynamic conversations, one thing clearly breaks through: your passion for the Kansas City Royals. Please keep coming up and extending your hand It means a lot.
You have not shaken a single regular person's hand. He has
When
he
I go
has
to-
hand sanitizer
hey.
on deck. That man said, "Ew, poor people."
It's the guy. It's the guy, Mr. Hubberflew from Cat in the Hat.
Yo, these billionaires don't talk to any normal people. What are you talking about, bro?
So here's the thing. I'm attending a Kansas City Royals game this Saturday night.
Try.
I need to find John Sherman.
Make your way up to the owner's suite and just be like, I read this statement. He wants to talk to me.
I'm supposed to shake your hand.
I'm one of those people. Let me shake your hand. I want to shake your hand. I want to shake your hand.
Oh, man.
Billionaires piss me off.
John Sherman.
I hear you.
Crowbase says, that's a lie.
I hear you. All your petty little poor people cries while I sit up in my mansion in the sky.
See, and that's the thing.
That man does not live in Kansas City. Get out of here.
I bet he does.
No.
Where is John Sherman?
He don't live. Oh, you think you can look that up, Nick?
I'm not looking for an address.
That man don't live in Kansas City. He has a house in Kansas City. He don't live there. There's a difference.
Wait, okay, hold on now. John Sherman is extensively involved in the Kansas City area. He's an entrepreneur, civic leader, and philanthropist. I don't know.
That doesn't mean anything.
Oh, that's crazy. His first startup, LPG Services, grew rapidly and produced nearly $5 billion prior to merging with Crestwood Holdings in 2013. Oh, man.
All right, so who gave him the loan?
It's a good thing.
How'd he start it?
It's a good thing that he's going to donate well in excess $1 billion.
Yeah, how do you start LPG? Go ahead. Who gave him the money to start that? Did he make it up on his own?
Hey, hold on. Actually, you know what?
I actually don't know John Sherman. I could be.
Yeah,
just slandering
you're
this man.
slandering the man's name. Hey, this is okay. So this is actually dangerous. You need to apologize to John.
Do I?
You need to
I
shake
will.
his hand.
Shake your hand.
There's a video out there if anybody's confused.
No, dude, I love the Royals. Not like as my favorite team, but I love watching them play. The Baby Blues, fantastic. The K, I'm gonna be very sad when the K leaves.
Look at this
The Crown-
moonwalk. Watch this moonwalk.
The Crown, fantastic. I hope they. Do you
Yeah.
think they're gonna move the Crown?
No.
Because they can't have. So they were grandfathered in with the center field scoreboard. You can't
Yeah.
do that no more.
Yeah.
So the new one's not gonna have it.
Nope.
But I hope that they move the Crown. Maybe not the whole scoreboard, but just the Crown.
They won't move the Crown.
Are they just gonna
They
leave
were-
it? Are they tearing it all down?
I'll have to
Where's the
show
Crown
you.
go?
I'll have to show you.
Is he gonna put it in
renderings.
his mansion?
And here we have the Kauffman Stadium crown. Just John Sherman, just in the backyard. Just in the backyard. My grandchildren love to play on the crown.
He puts a slide. It's right above his pool.
I have a feeling the crown's probably quite a bit bigger than we think.
Oh no, the Crown is massive.
But no, so like
Bo hit a ball off the Crown.
that's what it's gonna be sad.
I think he's the
because
only person to do
there,
that.
there will be a day where it'll be like the last time, and I guess this is the case with like a lot of things. The last time that I go to the K ever.
I've never been to the K.
Well, you're gonna have to go before you leave, or before it leaves.
Before it's gone forever.
Yeah, before it dies. They're also gonna have to tear it down, which is gonna stink because then you're just that whole area in Kansas City. And I'm gonna have this rant on Monday, so I hope folks are prepared for
Your
this.
Red Roof Inn.
No, it's the Drury Inn now.
Drury
Or
Inn.
excuse me, it was the
the
Drury
Drury
Inn. The Denny's also has just gone by the wayside.
Gone to poop.
Yeah,
Do you
gone.
think they put a Denny's by the new stadium?
No, they're gonna have some
Is it-
5-star restaurant that John Sherman eats at.
We have to be careful because where they're on our airwaves.
I know, I do like the. I have no problem with John Sherman. I talk to him like I know him. Let me shake your hand.
Me and John are close personal friends. When he says he hears you, he's talking about me.
Yeah,
I've taken all of your concerns.
let me just go ahead and text John.
You wonderful peasants. I'm taking it to the ownership group.
Cheeseburger Downer says the Crown will be in his living room as his TV.
It's
Anyway,
on top of his TV.
no, I have no problem with the Royals. I just think I always find these statements though in real talk. I mean, just funny because it's the traditional "we hear you," and it's like, all right, yeah, we're all crying. Like if you're a Royals fan, we're all crying for them to do something. and they don't have necessarily an exciting farm system. Their starting pitching is just not very good, as they have a guy in Zach Greinke going tonight who is 1-10 overall this season,
a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah. So I mean, they unfortunately didn't. And as a small market team that the Kansas City Royals are, they weren't able to pay and keep the core of Lorenzo Cain and Mike Moustakas and Hosmer and Salvi and Alcides Escobar all together.
It's almost impossible for a team in a small market like
it
it's
is.
Weird to say Kansas City is a small market, but it is. In a small market like Kansas City, it's hard to keep guys like that because you're not you're not a New York, you're not a Boston, you're not an LA, you're not a I don't know who else is big. Houston, I guess, would be a big market. Like it's just not going to happen, and you have to bank on what happened before with them, where you build up through your farm system. You have a 3-year window to win a World Series.
Well, that's why you got to trade for guys,
and they made the best of it.
Yeah, and it won a World Series. Same thing as the Cubs did. They go all in. They lead. They move on from some of their pieces.
You get a
in the
couple
farm
years
system.
Is Chicago small market? No,
mid market.
Mid market. That's a thing.
So out of 30 teams in the major leagues, Kansas City is well below league average in MLB payroll this year on their roster. Kansas City's paying a total of $92 million on their payroll.
I mean, that's more than the $5 that the Athletics are paying.
But here's what's crazy. I mean, so on this website, it's called Spot Track, by the way. This is what I use to track payrolls. And
Spot Track or Spo Track?
Spo Track.
Okay.
Spot Track.
Spot Track. It'd be Spot Rack.
Spot Rack.
It wouldn't be Spot Track.
Spo Track.
There would have to be 2 T's.
Spo Track.
Spot Track.
Man, it's been this is the longest we've spent hanging out. This is.
I think we're gonna rip each other's
Yeah, here we are.
out.
We just reach across the table.
What are you doing?
Don't talk about my best friend John.
I want to shake your hand.
Anyway, so the Royals. It also breaks down like win percentage, which is cool. Like the Tampa Bay Rays, for example, out of 30 teams, has the 27th highest payroll, the 4th lowest, if you will. At $76 million, they've won 59% of their games this season. The Reds, who have won 54% of their games this season, have the 25th. They rank 25th in MLB payroll. But then, how about this? The Baltimore Orioles, they won 63% of their games this season.
Mm-hmm.
They are second to the second lowest MLB payroll at $68 million.
They're in their window.
And we're seeing it. They're in their window.
Remember what I said before.
The Oakland Athletics. So the Oakland Athletics and the Kansas City Royals here.
$5.
Well, when you look at win percentage, the Oakland Athletics are paying the least amount of money in their payroll as possible. $60 million to their roster. Which, by the way,
Scott Boras made $50 million, as you said that second.
Yikes.
As you said that sentence.
Yikes. So anyway, $60 million they're paying out to win 27% of their games this season.
That checks out.
The Royals have won 28% of their games this season, and they're paying $92 million, which is still like nothing.
If you don't pay money, you ain't gonna win. Unless you're Baltimore.
Unless you're the New York Mets, who pay money and have only won 45% of their games.
That's different.
Or if you're the Yankees and you've only won 52% of their games.
Nick, it's different.
Or the Padres, who have won 48% of their games.
You're just
those are the top 3 in highest payrolls.
Yeah, but it's over 50.
Yeah,
So,
for the Yankees.
It's over 50% of the games. So.
I suppose so. All right. It's our last segment. It was the Nick and Rico Marathon today.
You're welcome, world.
It was, it feels like Raph was here for 6 hours, and it feels like we haven't seen Raph in days.
It really does. I missed 2 hours, and I feel like I missed a lot.
It was fun. I did appreciate Raph sticking around for 6 hours from 8 to 2. Appreciate Strick hanging out.
Chairs.
Yes, hanging out thanks for Strick hanging out from 2 till, or I guess it was like 1:45 till 4:30. Or no, he stayed until about 4:45.
Yeah, it was close.
So we appreciate Strick. Thanks to Rico for hanging out. Thanks to you guys as well. You guys on the text line the entire day.
You guys are wonderful.
Fantastic. You guys have been awesome. Great interaction on the streams. Great numbers on the streams. We appreciate you guys so much for making the day go by smooth. As we talked about, there was actually quite a bit of breaking news today. You had the Jim Harbaugh stuff, which feels like that got released about 7 days ago.
That didn't happen yesterday.
It did not. But anyway, we close out Old School coming up next and get you ready for Ticket Weeknights coming up.
Are we
here.
on a Philippines Thursday?
We are on that was today.
What's the
Oh my gosh. The Philippines Thursday, an American Wednesday. It's an American Tuesday, though. We close out Tuesday. Coming up next. Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572. Set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? Worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides. Shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership, sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Back to old school with DP and J. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Alrighty, we're getting ready to get out of here on a Tuesday. Just a reminder, as you guys are probably well aware of, tomorrow we'll have live programming from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis starting at 6 a.m. It'll be Jake Sorensen and DP tomorrow from 6 to 8 a.m. And then it's going to be a mix of the guys. Actually, I believe we got a schedule for who's going to be on the air and when. So let me pull this up. Here we go. So here is the Wednesday schedule. From 8 to 10, it'll be VJ and Farley, so the captain show. From 10 to noon, it'll be DP and Jay. From 12 to 1, it'll be Amon and Jay. From 1 to 2, it'll be Amon and DP. So with that,
and special guests showing up randomly.
Randomly throughout the entire day. Like even once we come back here then it'll be Rico and I from it'll be 2 to 4, and then Strick and Rico from 4 to 6. Even when we come back here to the studio and back in Lincoln, they might text us, reach out to us and say, hey, we got this guy. So we're going to play that for you guys as soon as we get it. So
we'll send them an invite and they'll join the stream.
Exactly.
Or something along those lines. We'll figure it out.
It'll be a breeze. So
it's simple.
So once again, appreciate you guys. We don't have very much longer in here, just about 2 minutes here, but we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us during the entire day. I know sometimes you like variety in voices, and maybe that wasn't necessarily the case today, but big thanks once again to Chris Raff for hanging out from 8 to 2 today. Thanks to Strick for hanging out for about 2 or almost 3 hours today.
That was a while.
Huge shout out to Rico for pinch hitting in a lot of the shows throughout the various day. Glad that Jake, Terrell, Vershawn all got there safely. DP and Jay flew there safely.
Thank you to Nick for holding it down.
Yeah, here we are. We appreciate you guys.
You've done a great job, and
Thank
I know
you,
that
Rico.
everybody appreciates what you were able to do. I know I appreciate, getting those first 2 hours and getting the middle 2 hours off to get some stuff done, man.
Well, we appreciate the texters most of all. We appreciate you guys, the listeners at home. You can always find us on Twitter, Nick_Sainer, and at Radio Rico AC. Tomorrow, it'll be all the guys from Indy once again. And so we'll break in and out here, though, and you'll hear from Rico and myself the next 48 hours. Definitely less than those guys in Indy, but they're getting well rested later this evening and ready to hit Lucas Oil Stadium hard tomorrow and the following day as well. All right. Appreciate you guys always listening. Thanks for being fun to talk about pretty much sports and everything else throughout the various days, or throughout the various hours that is today on a Tuesday. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. We are out. We'll talk to you tomorrow. It's Old School 93.7 The Ticket.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse.
Tip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power. My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Coppell Chalet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Coppell, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel. So do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck. So stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with